It's been a while since we've done the whole frozen meal thing. I wanted to get back on this frozen meal game. If you're newer to the channel, first of all, welcome here. Make sure you hit that sub button because, again, I've been saying this, check my analytics. About 60% of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed, and a lot of you, I don't think, realize you're not, or you don't realize this is my second channel, but this is More King Schratz, the second channel where we do a little bit more of obscure reviews as well as some whatever the hell I feel like doing. I've done tech, I've done movies, we do all kinds of stuff over here. Sometimes I just talk, but we're still doing food. This is just the stuff that doesn't make it to the main channel that I still want to do. But Marie Callender's is one of the best, cheaper meals. So all these meals cost about $2 and change, which is insane for these. They were on sale. I think regularly they're almost like closer to $4. But I wanted to do Marie Callender's again. I have 4 meals here. These 3 are already heated up. This is much better doing it at the studio than instead of at my home office because I heated up all 3 of these, and the shepherd's pie is actually being heated up right now. I have this in the air fryer going, so we're gonna start off with these over here. This was the first one that I did, so I probably should have done one of these, but doesn't matter. I always say now that for whatever reason, the orange chicken or the Chinese food is always the better ones of the frozen meal, so I wanted to make sure I got these Marie Callender's. I already kind of know what I'm dealing with these. This one's 5 minutes. You don't have to stir it or anything. When they say orange chicken, a lot of times you're getting chicken nuggets with an orange sauce and some rice. My expectations for this one is never through the roof. Look, we're eating cheap frozen meals, so you have to hamper your expectations. My question is this rock-wittable? Now, I wouldn't say rock if I wasn't trying to make family content, but we're older now, and we try not to curse as much. So let's try this orange chicken without the chicken so far, just the rice and the sauce. Again, for a frozen meal, it's not half bad. Surprisingly, there's a little bit of something on here. It's a sweet orange sauce, but there seems to be like some roasted red pepper flakes. So some people who think like lemon pepper is spicy, be careful. Let's get the chicken. It's a chicken nugget. I'm not the biggest fan of those chicken nuggets, but again, you pay 2 and change for a meal. You're not expecting something that's going to change the world. You're not reinventing the wheel here. So I think for what I paid, probably one of the better Marie Callender meals. And I would give this one a 6.5 out of 10. But in this genre that we've been doing, which is like the lower end frozen meals, there are better ones than this. You'd have to watch those videos because I've done so many of them I can't remember. But this one definitely isn't the best. What hurts this more than anything, these chicken nuggets are made by Goodyear. It's vulcanized rubber. Think tire, for the people who may not know. They tried to get really fancy here, but this is the creamy garlic and herb chicken and rice bowl. So we got white meat chicken over white rice. I said fancy because it is here. Red onions, green peppers, and roasted red peppers in a creamy garlic and herb sauce. A little. I've done these so much now that I kind of know what to expect. Because if I didn't do frozen reviews and I just like pick this up, I'd be like, what the hell am I about to eat? But I've seen so many of these at this point, doesn't surprise me. It's creamy. I don't know what they were thinking with this sauce. You probably could have just went with Alfredo. I feel like you swung for the fences, and it just didn't land. It's like... Ah, man, I can't even take another bite of this. I'm trying to get the flavor profile. It tastes like very watered down marsala sauce. It's not really garlicky, but there is a tinge, nice word, of maybe garlic powder and some sort of parsley. Technically speaking, that makes it garlic and herb. It's just not, they're just better from Marie at this point. You might as well stick to the, like Alfredo or some of the other ones I did from them. This one isn't really bringing in the points, but it's for a frozen meal. It's not like complete dog crap, which some of them I've done. It's just slightly dog crap. I'll give this one a 4 out of 10. Again, my expectations are much lower when it comes to this, so you won't see many 1s. It's going to have to be completely, like, spit it out disgusting for me to be a 1 at that point. Next up, this got, like, I don't know, maybe when I was taking it home or something, but it looks like all the ingredients kind of just got super mashed up. But this is their take on the famous bowl. It is the chicken and mashed potato bowl, but it's exactly what it sounds like. So you got white meat chicken. That's a damn lie. This is a chicken nugget. That is not white meat chicken because chicken nuggets usually ain't white meat, but maybe I'll be mistaken. But mashed potatoes, gravy, corn, and cheese. But this is mutz, not cheddar. Or it's like a cheese blend at KFC, but very similar. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nuggets in here. They were hiding underneath them mashed potatoes. So let's see. The Marie Callender's famous bowl. You know, I was almost ready to land basis till I got some of the gravy. The gravy kind of just all migrated to the left on this. And if they changed the chicken and gave you a little bit better of a mashed potato, it's not that much worse than a KFC mashed potato bowl. For reasons that I just stated, it is worse, but the gravy actually has more flavor than KFC's, which I don't think their gravy has much flavor, to be honest. But the nuggets is what keeps this cheap. That word was cheap, as like a piece of mutz got lodged in my cheek there. The rest of it isn't half bad. You know, if you ever had frozen mashed potatoes, there's a weird kind of texture thing to this that's a little worse than instant. It's hard to put your finger on. But like for a frozen meal, again, a couple bucks, $2, you could do worse. I'm going to give this a 6.5. Again, you could do better. There's just better from Marie at this point. But I'm surprised that a lot of these places, the gravy is completely flavorless, and this isn't. So I think that's why I gave it such a higher score. Because I was ready to throw down on this. But, you know, the nuggets are the nuggets at this point. And the mutz is a decent touch. I think cheddar adds a little bit more. But I think mutz is cheaper a lot of times. So there you go. Okay, finally, I had to wait for this to cool a little bit. It took about 15 minutes to cook, and it said let it cool for a couple of minutes. But this is their shepherd's pie. And it's a white meat chicken and bacon and broccoli with a cheese sauce and a mashed potato topping. Chicken and bacon shepherd's pie. Okay, that's why it looks so damn pale. I was worried. I'm not going to lie. I didn't really read the label when I bought this. I thought it just said shepherd's pie. So that was on me. So they did like a little remix to this because it looked pale as hell. This is bold, though. Okay, listen. This is literally like mashed potatoes with like a cheese sauce and some broccoli and chicken. Looks like there are some pieces of bacon on it, but it's not really a shepherd's pie. Maybe if I do the conventional oven... Look, I know people, you got to put this in the oven. You know how long this would have took if I had to cook this in the oven? 70 minutes. For this, at that point, bro, I could just drive 70 minutes and go get something. I don't know what the hell. There's a lot of things you can do in 70 minutes that are instant that I would put over this. You put some Tyson Anytizers in the air fryer and I would put over this. This, for me, if it takes longer than like, even 10 minutes is pushing it. I'm sorry for going on a little rant, but people always, bro, to me, frozen dinners, bro, couple minutes. That's it. If it take longer than like 5-6 minutes, I'm moving on to something else. At that point, you're in a different territory of meal. But let's try this out. Hopefully it's cool enough because this is literally just cheesy mashed potatoes with some chicken and broccoli. Add some bacon to it. Let's try it. That's exactly what it is. This sucks. They should be ashamed of themselves. This is not even... Any shepherd in the world would be pissed off at this. It's 310 calories. Let's just tell you everything you need to know. Shepherd's pie is notoriously, again, original shepherd's pie is a lot different of a recipe than this. Additionally, it was originally made with lamb, hence the name shepherd's pie. A lot of people do something which is a variation with ground beef, which is actually what they call cottage pie. But this is like calling this any kind of pie. They could have just called this mashed potatoes with cheese and broccoli. Yeah, this is ass. This is actually ass. And it took 10 minutes for ass. 10 minutes. There's maybe 2 or 3 little... There's the bacon. If you're wondering where it is, and you can even get that. See that just drop off there? That's it. There's some chunks of chicken and broccoli and a really bland cheese sauce. This is ass. This is lighting your money on fire. Thank God I didn't pay a lot for this. But even on that scale, that low expectations, calling this a shepherd's pie is why I think I'm more annoyed than anything. I like Marie, but you did not bring in the points today. What is this? Is terrible, bro. Okay. This gets a 3 out of 10. It's edible. Like, I can definitely just eat it if I really was hungry, chuck salt, pepper on this, and you know, if you're hungry, you're hungry. But there's a billion other things that are frozen dinners that are better than this. You might as well get a Stouffer's lasagna at that point. This sucks. I wanted to do some more frozen meals. I thought this was actually going to be pretty good, but it actually ended up being pretty ass. If you are new, like I said, I had a whole time where in the beginning we were doing frozen dinners, and a lot of new stuff kept coming out dessert-wise, and I wanted to get back to, I keep playing with this like it's soup, because that's basically what it is. But maybe drop your favorite Frozen stuff and we'll get back into some of these, maybe once a week. I want to get more of a schedule on this channel, but that would take away from the purpose of the fact that this is the second channel where I don't want a schedule. So it's one of those things, just in my nature to once I start doing something, I start trying to clean it up and get organized. And I wanted this channel to have an unorganized feel, but I also still want it to be organic to who I am. And me as a person, I tend to be pretty organized and pretty structured with things within reason. It's not like I write everything down, but I like to have a little more structure in my head. So I'm just kind of giving y'all what I'm thinking. This is ass, but the other ones were decent. I still think there's way better for Marie, in my opinion. But as always on this channel, there's no outro.